Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. This is a B1 level science lesson and today we're going to be talking about chemistry. So what do you know about chemistry and what topics do you learn about in chemistry? So we want to look at each image and think about what's happening in the classroom. And here are some verbs and nouns that you can use to help you make those sentences. Mix, heat, pour, measure, wash, liquids, beaker, chemicals, chemical equation. And here are some examples. The students are watching a chemical reaction with their teacher. The students are wearing safety goggles and lab coats. The mixture is creating a cloud of smoke. So write a few sentences about each of these pictures and then restart when you're ready to continue. All right, so now you're going to match each chemistry theme with the correct image. Go ahead and try that on your own, and then you can restart when you're ready to check your answers. So the periodic table of elements, that would be number 3. States of matter is number 1. Acids and bases are number 2. And atomic structure and chemical bonds is number 4. All right, so now these are some chemistry topics, and they want you to match each chemistry theme with its description. And you can pause the video, try this on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. All right, so number 1, the periodic table is letter B, a chart that shows all the different types of chemicals or elements that exist and information about each one. Number 2, chemical bonds and reactions is letter D, the study of how atoms come together to form molecules, the types of chemical bonds between atoms, and the reactions that occur when these bonds are broken or formed. States of matter, that is letter E, the study of the physical properties and behavior of matter in different states, including solids, liquids, and gases. Acids and bases, letter F, the study of the properties and reactions of acids and bases. Biochemistry is letter A, the study of chemical processes that happen within living organisms, including metabolism, enzymes, and DNA. And environmental chemistry is letter C, the study of chemical processes that occur in the environment. All right, and it's important to stay safe in a chemistry laboratory. So we're going to look at the different kinds of safety equipment. So go ahead and see if you can match the pictures with the correct word or phrases. Again, you can pause the video and try that on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. So number 1 is safety goggles. Number 2 is fire extinguisher. Number 3 is emergency eye wash station. Number 4, gloves. Number 5, lab coat. And number 6, first aid kit. And then think about some safety rules. If you've taken chemistry in the past, think about any rules that you remember from your chemistry classroom. All right, now we're going to look at some chemistry verbs. So you're going to match each verb to its definition. Again, you can pause the video and try this on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. So letter A, to get rid of or throw away something properly, is to dispose. To help someone with a task or problem is to assist. To have something on your body, such as clothing, is to wear. To come after, to listen to instructions or rules and do what they say, is to follow. And to give someone information or teach someone how to do something is to instruct. Here are a few more. To watch or look at something carefully to learn more about it, that would be to observe. To divide or isolate something from a mixture or group is to separate. To mix together is to combine. To experience a chemical or physical change due to a reaction with another substance is react. And to determine the size of something using a tool such as a ruler is to measure. All right, so complete each sentence with the correct verb. Again, you can pause the video, try this on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check the answers. Okay, number one, the lab assistant will assist us in conducting the experiment safely. When two substances are mixed, they may react and produce a new compound. We will separate the components of the mixture using filtration. It's important to follow instructions when performing the experiment, and the chemistry teacher will instruct us on how to properly use the laboratory equipment. Here are a few more. It is important to wear protective goggles and gloves when using chemicals in the lab. We must dispose of the chemicals in the correct way so we don't harm the environment. We will observe the reaction between the two chemicals to see what happens. The experiment requires us to measure the amount of each substance and what will happen if we combine salt and water. Now complete the lab safety rules with the missing verbs. Number one should be wear personal protective equipment, PPE, like safety goggles, lab coats, and gloves. Know where the emergency equipment like fire extinguishers, eye wash stations, and first aid kits are located. Read and follow all instructions and safety rules for each experiment. And always have someone nearby to assist you if you need it. Don't touch, smell, or taste any chemicals unless your teacher tells you to. Keep the lab clean and organized, and dispose of all the chemicals in the correct way. Don't wear loose clothing, jewelry, or open-toed shoes in the lab. And wash your hands with soap and water after working in the lab. All right, so now we're going to try to put the correct label under each image. We've got no food, be aware of hazards, clean up, proper supervision, be attentive, and handle glassware carefully. So number one, after completing the lab, carefully clean your workspace and equipment. Don't forget to wash your hands. That would go under clean up. Don't perform lab experiments without a teacher to help. That would be proper supervision. Pay attention while in the lab. Don't leave an experiment when you are in the middle of it. That would be attentive. Dispose of anything that breaks in a safe way. That would be handle glassware carefully. Always read the labels before using any chemicals. That would be aware of hazards. And don't eat or drink in the lab and never taste a chemical. That would be no food. All right, so do you remember the name of the safety equipment in the lab? Safety goggles, fire extinguisher, eye wash station, gloves, lab coat, and first aid kit. And you can practice writing some sentences like these. So for example, this is a pair of safety goggles. We use them to protect our eyes when we do experiments in the science lab. And so see if you can write a couple of sentences about each of these things. All right, so you're going to review what you learned and fill in the missing words. You can pause the video, try that on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. After completing the lab, carefully clean your workspace and equipment. Don't forget to wash your hands. Read the labels on chemicals and follow all instructions to stay safe in a lab. Don't perform a lab experiment without a teacher who can help you. Pay attention while in the lab. Don't leave an experiment when you're in the middle of it. Don't eat or drink in the lab. Never touch a chemical. And dispose of chemicals in a safe way. All right, so think about working in a science lab and just try to describe the equipment and some rules you might have to follow. And here's an example. One rule at my school is always wear safety goggles during an experiment. The safety goggles are by the door, and we always put them on when we enter the lab. That brings us to the end of today's video. Please like, subscribe, and share. And if you have any questions, leave those for me in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.